I'd like to show you guys this video, and we'll see if IUIC really knows what they're talking about, or if they're just confused.
If you're going to take this garbage out of your neck and throw it in the garbage, I'm going to see you're going to be convicted. Well, you can sell it, that's fine. That's okay if you sell it. But are you going to keep it in your neck while I'm speaking, while the word is speaking? Come on. You're going to take it out of the chain, because the chain doesn't move the chain. You're going to take the damn cross out of the chain and put it in your pocket.
You guys see that? That was an Ankh, right? Look it up. Not a cross. Maybe they're just speaking with imprecise language. I mean, IUIC does tend to do that, speak with imprecise language. But don't tell us Christ is crucified on an Ankh. Come on, man. Man, do they think they've accomplished something by that? Is a man's gonna grow spiritually from this? Do they accomplish something by that? It's so backwards, man. It's so backwards. You know, you can pick up anything on ancient Egyptology and find out what the Ankh is, and then you can do some basic analysis of eyesight, where you look at things and you'll be able to tell that there's two different shapes there. So hey, if IUIC is going to go around, you know, telling people to keep crosses off their neck, like that's really important, like they're accomplishing something, get your shapes right, man. It's just geometry. Now let's switch over to this next part in the same embarrassing clip, where the man says that Roman Catholics crucified Christ. I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna comment on it, but needless to say, that's wrong.
So how the hell that the Roman Catholic murdered Christ, our Savior, your Savior, and that you're gonna wear the same way, a cross that the same way they used to crucify Christ?
So much wrong. So much wrong. There was no such thing as Roman Catholicism in the 30s, around when Christ was crucified. That was a much later development. Roman Catholics, and maybe that's where the confusion comes from. They're somehow confusing Rome with Roman Catholicism. Pontius Pilate is kind of the guy who signs Jesus' death warrant in effect. He was a Roman procurator, right? And if you look at his religion, though, it would not say Roman Catholic. It would not say Roman Catholic, right? It might say Caesar worship or something else like that, you know. But it would not say Roman Catholic, because that hadn't really been invented yet, is the primary reason. But also because it's hard for me to picture a Roman Catholic being responsible for killing Jesus Christ. There's a few reasons why. But just since we're in this era of confusion where they're confusing Roman pagan government with Roman Catholicism, just so everybody knows, Pontius Pilate did not actually fly planes, for example. Just want to clear that up while we're at it. One of the reasons is because planes had also not been invented yet, similar to the Roman Catholic Church. So Pontius Pilate was not a Roman Catholic, and the Roman Catholic Church did not kill Jesus Christ. Now, stop right there. And remember, he specifically said that symbol around your neck is what they used to kill Christ with. Again, that's an Ankh. They look different because they are different.
Guess what? By the way, that was just the Christ that was crucified. Remember, when he was crucified, he had two people next to him. And of course, also, that was a way of killing the Israelites back then.
Did you hear him say that that was the way they killed Jews, as if it was sort of a specific Jewish kind of killing device? Let's look at that for a second. Crucifixion was not invented by the Romans. It was kind of perfected in all its goriness by the Romans. This is true. But it wasn't reserved for Jews. It was reserved for foreigners. And let me give you an example. For example, Paul, right? He was a Roman citizen, but notice they didn't crucify him. They cut off his head. Whereas Peter, they did crucify him because he wasn't a Roman citizen. That's how Nero killed those two men, and the reason and the difference of how they're executed had to do with one was Roman citizen primarily. Spartacus led a slave rebellion at one point. He was a gladiator. He was crucified along with the people that were in the insurrection. This wasn't a Jewish thing. Alexander the Great, after he conquered a city, is said to crucify maybe hundreds or more of the inhabitants of the town, right? Wasn't a Jewish town, right? So it's not some kind of specific Jewish killing mechanism. So again, IUIC You gotta learn the difference in these shapes. You gotta learn the difference in your dates. Y'all gotta learn the difference. Otherwise, people are gonna start saying IUIC stands for Imposters United in Confusion.